If you are interested in which new scenery and airports have been added to the marketplace in Flight Simulator 2020, then this is the video for you. Let's roll the intro and let's look at the details. And we start this week with a bundle. The Brazilian Airports Bundle number 1 by DC Scenery Design. It contains 6 detailed airports in Brazil, small and regional airports. And these are the ones, right? Araras, Boara, Araxa, Leswa, Paulista, Brasília, and Patrocinio. Not sure I pronounced that correctly, but this is the package you get. So again, 6 regional airports, right? And some smaller airports. But I would say I can already tell you that the details are really looking really cool. As you can see, there are only 4 images included, but if you would see the detail of this, then you would probably agree that this would be a very good option to buy, especially since there's now a discount, right? So let's say 6 airports for the price of, well, let's say 2 in this case, because it are really small airports. So pretty interesting package, this one by DC Scenery Design. Then the next one is a brand new airport. It's the Kingston Norman Rogers Airport. Charlie Yankee Golf Kilo by CFSS. So this will add a lot of new details, right? So what has been added, right? For example, the ultra realistic 3D modeling, right? Every building, hangar, and detail in meticulously recreated using the high resolution textures and PBR materials, which will make it very immersive and authentic. And also there's dynamic lighting and weather effects, right? If it rains, it will have an effect on it. And if it's dry, it will also have an effect on it. But also the time of day, it will have an effect on that, right? So they're calling about rain-slicked runways, dynamic reflections, and snow-covered surfaces in the winter. Then the custom orthophotos, right? Custom color-corrected high-resolution pictures which they created, as well as the accurate ground textures and markings, right? Because they're not always correct in the Flight Simulator content, but now they have added some custom taxiway signs, runway markings, and also the apron textures are accurately replicated to mimic the real-world environment. That's really cool. Are there also some custom animated objects? Yes, there are. Bring the airport to life with custom animations, right? Including moving ground vehicles, wind-activated static displays, and other dynamic objects, as well as the custom airport layout, right? Fully reproduced based on the latest data, which is available from the airport, as well as enhanced night environments, right? So night lighting, including custom taxiways, approach lights, and terminal areas have been changed, and they say, hey, it has been optimized for performance, right? So no worry that your performance will go down using this package. And here we can see some pictures of the airport, right? Kingston Norman Rogers Airport, where you can see that they really spent some time on improving this airport, including improving the aprons. Yeah, I'd say this looks really cool, right? Also some static scenery is included. So pretty interesting airport again. Say it's located in Canada, right? If we look to the details, we can see the central airways. We can also see several, say, static objects over there, right? The stairs, which you can't really use. Also the front of the airport, right, where you can park your cars, have been updated. And besides that, this one we already saw it, right? So we're going to skip it. Some other static aircraft, right? So these are aircrafts. You can't do anything with it. It's just static scenery, as they call it. But it adds some more realism to it. In this case, to this airport. So cool stuff coming away. I hope that they also have included some weather pictures, right? The rain and the snow, which I mentioned. But I don't see it here, right? Unfortunately, maybe it's included in the last few pictures. Let's have a look at it. Here's another aircraft in the air. But I would say it's still pretty cool. But unfortunately, no night photos or night pictures, and also no snow pictures. But here you can see the runway, right? So this makes it more realistic. This likely is the runway it looks like. So cool things for Kingston Norman Rogers Airport. Then we've got Dream Scenery. They updated the water for Indianapolis. And if you see their name, you know that they're delivering high quality. So the bridges, viaducts, marinas, boats, Ports and small islands and other places partially covered by water were repaired, and the vegetation that was in an inconvenient locations was also removed. And that results in this. And I would say you can or you cannot agree, right? But I would say this is really cool. So this is, I would say, something which you would have expected to be included in the default flight sim content, which unfortunately is not. Let's wait for Flight Simulator 2024, which is in alpha release for now, right? So you can play it until tomorrow, and then it will be gone until tomorrow. And I really mean Monday. So to be very specific, Monday the 13th. It's already the 14th of what is it? October, right? Yeah, October. Only a little bit more than a month, and then Flight Simulator 2024 will be there. Then we've got the Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport, Kilo Golf Romeo Bravo. It's created by X1 Studios, and the airport is located in Brown County, Wisconsin. It's the fourth among Wisconsin's 8 commercial airports in passenger traffic. Green Bay offers regional flights to Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, and more, and dubbed the gateway to Lambeau, Green Bay. So be aware of that. They recreated it, including a basic airside terminal interior, realistic custom buildings, and the whole airport received some updates. And here we can see some pictures of the Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport. Right, as they mentioned, they modified a lot, they corrected a lot, including the parking spots where you can park your cars, but also the interior of the terminal building received some updates. You can also see that they updated the surrounding buildings. Some signs over here. This is the interior, right? So if you would compare it with the default scenery, it is, I would say, really an improvement. So a lot of cool things, including the fire trucks which are standing there. Hopefully they're not needed. Including taxiway signs, including the night lighting, which is improved. So pretty nice. Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport, created by X-Wing Studios. Then the next one is the Holic Airport, Lima Zulu Hotel Lima, by Flying Partners Slovakia. So this airport is in Slovakia. It's located in the 30 of the city in Holic. It served as as a reserve in Bosanica near Kupchain in limited areas in the possession of the army. And after it was liberated again, right, it came under the administration of the city itself. So likely it's now being used by, say, in this case, the meadow near the airport, as well as the Slovak National Aero Club, which is there. So what has been added? In this case, of course, the scenery, but also newly modeled buildings based on pictures which they took, custom buildings and hangars of the Holic Airport with detailed textures, custom airplanes and cars, and a lot of custom object models and details for the environment. 1618 pieces of hand-picked and edited 3D objects, detailed ground textures, realistic and highly detailed representation of the airport, as well as updated pictures. And they also made some comments here, right? The altitude points of the airport, frequencies, taxiway stands, runway, lights, overall periods, and much more were created based on the pictures, on satellite pictures, and personal visit in July 2024. And this is the airport, right? So you can fly there with your glider, but also with the smaller airports or aircrafts, sorry. You can see the chest now, right? So really cool. Also some surrounding buildings which have been added to the airport, and a lot of realism has been added, right? So more realism because the person who created this airport, or the persons who created the airport, went with for an on-site visit, and based on that they took pictures and have added it to this package. Also you can see people waiting there. Again, this is a relatively small airport, especially comparing it with the previous one, which we discussed. But still, it's pretty nice. So have a look at it if you love flying in the area of Slovakia. Holic Airport. Then the next one is back in time. It's Redwing again. The Rancho Boyares Airport. What is it? Mike Uniform Hotel Alpha. It's in Cuba. And this brings back the airport in time, right? So if you look at the pictures, right, this is what you can see. So you can see that the passengers are in old style, but also the ground vehicles are in old style 1935. And that would say, if you love flying in that old age, then this is something which you love to buy and love to try. Then we've got ORBX. They released Highland Bush Strip pack number 3, PNG. So this allows you to do bush trips. So they already released pack number 1 and number 2, and this is new. This is a new release which adds 7 more breathtaking airstrips to the PNG playground. So if you look at this, right, you will see that there are, say, pretty nice bush trips. So you can use this during your bush trip, right? So it's not a package as far as I understood. These are purely the airports where you can land on using bush trips. But to be honest, it was not 100% clear to me about this. But you can see that there are a lot of details, right? Including, let's say, those really nitty gritty things like a wash which is hanging there, right? Or clothes which are hanging there to dry. So pretty cool. The PNG Highland Bush Trips pack number 3 by ORBX. Then the last one already from the list, it's the San Francisco region Real Trees. And this is a new package created by Dream Scenery, which they started with a few weeks back. So they removed the autogenic trees and vegetation, and they kept only the photogrammic trees for a more realistic look and better performance. So they cleaned up the environment, which is cool. And the areas without photogrammetry will have trees as usual without scenery issues. And it's fully compatible, right? So if you would go to the pictures, you will see that it's, I would say, more realistic compared to sometimes those auto-generated trees, which are likely a little bit more unrealistic. But still pretty nice. In this case, San Francisco has been updated. And with that, we're at the end of the list already, right? Only 8 items, and between brackets, only 8 items. I do think that there were some other priorities where they didn't add too much to the marketplace this week, because normally it's a little bit higher. But still a lot of cool things, including, let's say, a lot of updated airports. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And if you like to see more of this, for example, new airport deliveries which are added to the marketplace, then have a look at the description of this video because it contains a link to that video if you want to look at that one specifically. Again, thanks for watching and hope to see you back next time.